Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well on a Saturday. Thank you for joining Real Estate with Ryan. Just a couple of days, and it's about to go down
It is about to go down.
in Tennessee. So excited for a little football. We got our orange on. We're ready to go.
That's all Ryan can talk about, let me tell you. He's excited.
I think it's going to be a good season.
I think it is too.
I think it'll be a good season. It's always a good opportunity for a lot of people to come together, spend a little time.
Especially when you have a new coach, you want to see what's going down.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be better than most people expect this year. We're excited for the turnout and new start.
Good. Sounds
So,
fantastic.
what do we got in the real estate news, April?
Oh, you know, some same old stuff, but we have a few new listings that have come on the market, so
It's never same old stuff in real estate.
it's not the same old stuff. But
Every day something's changing over here.
That's true.
We got a call before we came over. Something's always changing. I guess that's the exciting part about real estate. It's always keeps you on your toes.
no, it's stressing me out a little bit.
That's why on Saturdays everybody releases their frustrations and does a little holler, hoot and hollering for the balls.
But hey, I'm ready to go game just so I can scream.
That's an official reason to scream.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't picked us up for the first time, I don't know if you heard us riding around in town. My name's Ryan Coleman, along with April Coleman. We own Hometown Realty here in town. We're a real estate firm, locally owned and operated.
Got it.
And what we try to do, what separates us from the competition is, I think we just outwork them. That feels that way anyway. We outwork them, and it really what's our difference is, when you call us, you get us. You're not passed off. I mean, we're 100% involved. We know it's one of the largest moves that you can make, and it could be one of the most stressful times in a situation with your downsizing, moving up. And everybody's got a different business philosophy. Everybody does it different. But we're in there from start to finish. Got an amazing team over here at Hometown Realty that really cares about the whole transaction from start to finish. And our goal is clients for life. It's not just one sale, and it's not just a transaction. It's not, a client says, well, you get paid and you get a commission. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously our job. That's the goal. But our goal is not short term. It's not one sale, right?
Right.
It's long term, and we want to be your hometown experts for life. We want to be here for your kids, your family.
That's why we do this show.
And we do this show every week, and I tell my clients every week, we're on TV, we're radio. I said, but nothing's more satisfying when we help a client achieve their goals, whether they're selling, purchasing, and being able to do that and seeing them very happy, and they're so pleased for we're able to come in and bring some value. So that's what we like to do, and it makes us happy when we do it.
Especially the ones that call us and then they're like, hey, we want to know what your opinion is. Can you help us? This is my situation. That's really nice.
And we've got some really great people that we work with, and we're really blessed to do that. So if you don't know about us, if you're interviewing for an agent, that's a real short plug here. But give us a call. We're always here to help you. Whether we do business or not, we're always here for your information. We hope you find that our shows that we put out, we try not to go 100% selling all the time. We try to provide real value back to you guys, things that are going on. We got a good show for you today. I think it's very relative about what's going on in downtown Knoxville.
Yes.
We're talking about the rezoning all across there. We even bridge out to Hardin Valley about some of the things that they're growing in the northwest corridor of Knoxville and how that is just exploding.
Exactly.
But that's what our show is today, right?
Yeah. And then I just want to go through just a couple of congrats and new listings, which is on 327 Petway. She went on the market and it's now pending, so that happened in, about a day. We have a new listing out on Ashburton Drive. It's the only one in that subdivision, and we already have an offer coming in, so good for
It's not sold yet.
Not sold yet.
Nope.
An offer coming in, so you want to jump on it quick. So watch out for it. And then we also have our listing on 1615 Westland Lakes Way, that is
That's
now
that's that
active.
Carter slang. Carter.
My Tennessee slang. You got it. So it's active, that gorgeous home out there off of Westland. And then we also have out in Lenore City on Highway 321 is a cute little house down there on 4 acres. So we've got a lot coming up, and then we have more, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So we can move on to our topic.
So rezoning is a big issue. We've got an upcoming date. April will let us know in the show when that date is, but we're talking about, obviously you can see all the growth that's happening downtown over the years. Of course, with the residential real estate market is strong and favorable. We see a lot of growth moving down there, condos, lofts. And so the city is doing a proposed rezoning, and how will that affect housing in the city of Knoxville? How will that affect your real estate values?
Daily living, everything.
How are they going to pay for it? Yeah. That's another issue.
You know who's going to pay for it.
Who's that?
Everybody. Everybody that lives here pays for it.
Yeah.
So
So these are
it'll be
things
worth
you
it.
need to know. I mean, obviously, somebody's got to pay for it, and
Yeah.
look at all these different numbers and things there. But I think for the overall real estate market, and April, when I was talking, her mom used to work down there ages.
Oh
And
man, when she was like in high school, let me tell you.
tell us
It
about
was-
that. I mean,
I can't remember the-
how has the city of Knoxville transformed to what we are today, and so much growth and so much activity? Obviously, the University of Tennessee being a big anchor of what goes on there, but how has it changed over the years?
Well, my mom and dad told me that there were businesses ran out of, downtown, that there was big shopping centers. I know she worked at one of the department stores. It was a big department store that everybody loved and wanted to work at. I can't even remember the name of it. I should have asked her. But anyway, so she said she worked down there. It was booming. And then I'm not sure what happened. And then all of a sudden it just kind of, I don't know if there was an era of depression or something that was going on down there, but businesses started, kind of not doing well, and then the city just kind of became a little dilapidated, and nobody wanted to go downtown. When I was, middle school, high school, we didn't go downtown. That wasn't a place that you went. It wasn't a place that was booming. There was some things here and there, but it was more just banks, and we went down to the library, and that was about all I remember about downtown. But, down on Cumberland and stuff like that to go to the games, that's where everybody more or less went. So now it seems like we were reading up on the 2000s is when that everyone started to really invest in downtown Knoxville, and they wanted to, those old buildings, just refurbish those old buildings and make them come to life again, and really just make downtown something great again.
To give you some numbers, on average, they're spending $9.1 million in residential construction, renovation, and conversion.
Yes.
The city has dedicated more than $19 million to projects in and around downtown, with $12.5 million in 2018. Well, they're spending some cash.
They are spending some cash.
So, just to give you an idea, in 2000, where the condos were running, the average condo in downtown Knoxville was about $130,242 to be exact. Later, it has risen 16 years, $297,350.
I went down. When they started with those Sturkey condos, and then just revamping them and redoing them whenever we would pass through downtown, my first thought was, are they crazy? People aren't going to live down here. And somebody had vision.
If you only had the vision for 130, Adam, if you would have bought a condo for 130 in downtown Knoxville,
You'd be making 130.
you'd have a little pocket change. But really, what we're seeing is just another increase for demand and the activity and businesses. I think it's awesome that they're spending the amount of money that they're doing and making it what it needs to be. It's the anchor of our city. It's the anchor of Knoxville. A lot of good ideas. A lot of movement. I love to see it for the market, for us bringing in big employers. I think it's great.
Restaurants.
I'm concerned how we're going to get everything paid for.
Yes.
But that's a separate subject. But the idea, the movement, the growth, I love it. I think it's awesome, and it makes the whole market overflow. And then how we went across to South Knoxville, and how the South Knoxville market has moved.
Yes.
We've got anchor buildings across there with all those condos and developments. We just talked about a listing that we sold in South Knoxville, and I mean that market we've sold several moving, which we haven't seen in 5 or 6 years.
Well, we were talking about when we sold a customer's house, literally right there, close to that river, or
Client.
What did I say?
Customer.
Oh, sorry, client. Yeah, because clients are customers.
There we go.
So anyhow, when we had a house down there and we sold it for them, it sold probably for double. I think we were talking about it just within the last year. So somebody bought it and then resold it and made a ton of money off that home. It was gorgeous too when we sold it. So
Not bad. As we coming up here on the break, we'll get more into the detail. We'll bridge out to Hardin Valley. We'll talk about that growth and how the northwestern corner is expanding at a record pace. You're listening to Real Estate with Ryan. You come back with us after the break.
Thank you.
Hey, your phone is about to die. Just let it be.
It is?
Let it be.
Is it recording still? Is that showing up?
Huh?
Is that showing up on the?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
It's showing up. I didn't use it this morning.
You know where you're going? Thank you guys for streaming with us. We don't know how long the stream will stay, but thank you for following us, Real Estate with Ryan. We're recording for Saturday. Hope you guys know we're pumped up for some balls. We got our orange colors on. I don't know that I'm playing Saturday, September 3rd. I think that's a date of, was it Monday? I'm not sure, but I don't think it's.
I don't even know what today is.
Let's see, guys. What is September 3rd?
I know it's a Monday.
I think
That's
it's
all I know.
yeah, it's Monday. So they're playing on the holidays. You can't beat that down in Charlotte. Oh, we are playing Saturday? 3:30.
What?
What?
I told you I thought it was on Saturday.
And you got to stream this because you probably might not be listening to Real Estate with Ryan.
Yeah.
If you're watching Little Orange, no worries. We'll have it up on Facebook. We'll also have it streaming on YouTube, all these multiple channels. And of course, it will be on ryancoleman.org. We'll get it out there for you guys to watch. Hope you enjoy the game. We're excited for a brand new season. Make sure you stay with our page and follow our page. We're going to be giving some home vol tickets starting next week. You must subscribe, like our page, follow our page. You got to be in it to win it, though. You got to be in it to win it. So stay tuned, guys.
Start with the zoning, what it's about. And then
Update.
go into break.
Okay. You want to read it? You want to read that part? You want to read that?
Okay.
Thank you for staying with us. We're talking about a little rezoning. We're talking about Knoxville, city of Knoxville, all the things that are going on in Knoxville, the market, how it's exploding. It's a good time in real estate, good time to expand. Then the Hardin Valley, we're also going to talk about that in this segment, how that's expanding, some plans for the first part of the year, how that's going to approach and what they're planning to do there with all that boom.
Yes. So it looks like that our mayor, Miss Madeline, she's the one that kind of came in 2016. And I think that,
what was it written for? What's the purpose of where we're going? Why are they thinking about rezoning? Is there a need for that?
So I think that she came in and saw that it's just more diverse around here and that we need a little bit more upgrading. And so she just made it, she wants to kind of make it where it's more safe, but also that the rezonings are needed, because she says that the zoning ordinance was written over a decade ago, and it was for land use patterns for a very different era, like the post-World War II suburban model. And she just said that we're just kind of not there anymore, that we've grown and it doesn't fit our needs. So she called on the Metropolitan Planning Commission to do a review of the city zoning ordinance. And so that's kind of where that came from. And so there are the new codes, she kind of wants it to have some goals, which is mainly to support investment. So she just kind of needs, clear guidelines to support this stability to attract investments. So I think that started with, downtown being restaurants, businesses, everything like that. And then everybody wants to go into Market Square, everybody wants to be downtown, and trying to revamp that and everything. So that's one thing. And then it talks about how commercial, industrial, these kind of areas need to be defined. And maybe they just don't have the codes that they're supposed to have, and so they're going to go in and try to structure these codes. So that's another thing. And then she also put in to protect the things that are unique to Knoxville. So the neighborhood characteristics, maybe their zonings isn't the way that it needs to be, and the historical icons and everything.
I think that's
that
important.
needs to be protected.
They're wanting to keep the historic. A lot of sections in Knoxville have historic, and they want to keep the character. They want to keep that old feel, but with an updated look. I think overall. And some areas that need to be changed or rezoned, that maybe haven't been changed, will obviously opportunity for more growth and expansion. I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. And it also kind of in the community with the rivers and parks and other green spaces, it's to protect those areas as well. So not only that, but she said that, or the whole purpose is to transportation for buses and cars and bikes and walking, that they want to make it to where, you know, it's expansive to be able to do that. I think you see that on Cumberland, where it's just so crowded down there and it's hard to walk around. They've expanded all of that. They've made it really nice and all that good stuff. So you've seen that, you know, starting on Cumberland Avenue.
Done so much, and then I think, you know, we're talking about the Chapman Highway Implementation Project. And really, this is an effort to evaluate previous studies to confirm recommendations, new issues, and development for a strategy. Believe it or not, the study arose at 6.1 mile segment. It begins on the Henley Street Bridge and continues to Mountain Grove Drive just past John Sevier.
Yes.
So there's a lot of flow in and out. I think that they're looking at some studies and opportunities there. You know, they want to definitely identify safety for all users, enhance economic development and redevelopment opportunities, preserve the corridor through the major thoroughfare and throughout the city.
Yes, so I think they want to make it to where it's easy to get into downtown, because I think a lot of people come through and they are working downtown, they have businesses downtown, or they pass through to get on the interstate, and so they want to make it more safe for not only travel and buses and walking and bikes and all of that. So that's another part of that Chapman Highway.
What do you think? You know, obviously that Chapman Highway is, I think that's bridging. If you come from South Knoxville, you go across the bridge, all the developments there. I think that that's obvious where they're going to, you know, as you see the growth through the county, and you can see that has Hardin Valley pushed out. If you're seeing certain markets of what we're dealing with in Lenore City and Loudon Market, that they got the construction and redoing the bridges and things like that, you see that growth going out west and just kind of expanding. I would probably see that they're going to see that expanding to South Knoxville. That's why some of that growth is there. How long do you think?
I think it just gets so congested in some of these areas.
How long do you think that they may take for them to do something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read anything where it was talking about how long or anything like that. They're just talking about they have someone that they've hired to do a study to see what it would take and how long it would take and what they should do. So I think that's something in the future. After the first of the year, they're going to be having a meeting concerning Chapman Highway and the flow into downtown Knoxville. And you know that they're doing that other around where Sevier Heights Baptist Church is at, that area right there, and trying to expand all of that as well.
One important thing, I think, if you're watching the zoning, if you're concerned about the zoning, have you pulled the date on when they have that? So we're going to have this on ryancoleman.org. We'll have it on our blog. We'll have all this information. It gets really in the weeds. We just kind of want to give you a highlight and overview of the whole session. But if you want to attend, there is a meeting and there's a deadline. What is that date, April?
Well, it just says that for the second version, apparently they had a first version and they had a draft that came up, and so now they're going to have a second draft. And if you want to comment on this, the drafts are due by September 13th.
Okay.
So I think that they've already had their meeting about the second draft. It's just going to be, you know, you can put in your input and it has to be by September 13th. So you can go on to, I think it's recodeknoxville.com that you can go on to, and you can see more information about that. And then there's also a map that you can look at that shows all of the current zonings, and then you can look at the new proposal, and then it'll show all the different zonings that they are planning on doing. I did read also that if there were any citations or anything that was going on before the zoning, maybe with your flood zones or anything like that, if they're changing that, then it is still stand. So, you know, if something happened with your rezoning before where you live, then that's going to stay the same, you know, since they're going to rezone everything. Does that make sense?
Sure. Now we go a little bit back to our backyard out in Hardin Valley.
Yes.
So what's going on there, April?
Well, so if you don't know that Hardin Valley is now the #1 place where they are up and coming with new homes, which means new schools, and everybody wants to live there. So now it's going to become congested. So they have partnered with the MPC to talk about the future needs of the Hardin Valley area and transportation and how they need to form that community a little bit better for cars, bikes, buses, and walking. So I don't really know when the meeting is, because it said that they didn't have anything on the schedule for you to check back. And so just to keep that up to date, it is.
I think it's right after the first part of the year.
Yes, I think it was the first part of the year. So it just mainly focuses on the roadways that are leading to and from Hardin Valley. So if you haven't been down there, just know that it is expanding and neighborhoods are forming. And I think that they just sold a ton of acreage down by the corner before you get into Covered Bridge. So I don't know how many people's going to live in that area, but it's going to be huge.
We're down the street from us. It's 100 some acres.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but it's going to be a lot.
And that's if you're ever going to Hardin Valley at 5 o'clock or during that traffic, we're seeing that congestion. Are the roads and infrastructure? That's what they're looking at now, 5, 10-year, 20-year horizon plans.
Right.
To be able to handle all this.
Exactly. You got it.
But the old saying, you build it, it will come. They will come. They just got to have the roads to get
They're
there.
coming.
They're coming. It's already here.
Don't you worry.
So, I mean,
It's fun times.
they'll
They've
get
already
it.
expanded right there at that food city and the schools and everything, and they've made an extra little zone, not zone because we're talking about zonings, a little bit of an extra roadway so that when everybody's waiting in the school line that there's, the cars aren't backed all the way up to the farms down there. I mean, it was getting crazy. So they've expanded that just a little bit.
I see a lot of growth there. We see it in Farragut. We also see Lenoir City and Loudon area really pushing, seeing some strong growth out there.
That bridge.
And I think just making their infrastructure out there,
Mm-hmm.
I really see the next couple of years as Hardin Valley is getting so expensive. Lenoir City is in the up and coming. We just sold 2 in Lenoir City. Got 2 more that are looking like under contract. So I see that area really is expanding.
It is. I know. So that's our rezoning tip for the week.
You know it, guys. It's about that time.
It is that
Appreciate
time.
you staying with the Real Estate with Ryan. Every Saturday, 5 o'clock on News Talk. You know where to find us. Website, if you need more information on this, it's ryancoleman.org. And you know Vols. Go Vols.
Go Vols. Give us a call if you need it. 693-SOLD.
Go Rocky Top. You'll have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're recording this if you guys are watching this live stream for Saturday, so obviously it's not Saturday. We know we got a Memorial Day weekend, it's a Labor Day weekend,
I'm listening to Rocky Top still.
She's still listening to Rocky Top. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We got a Labor Day holiday. Is it Labor Day or what day is it?
He don't know what's
I don't even know. We're so busy over here. I don't know what holiday it is. I know the
taking
Vols
day
are
off.
playing 3:30. Adam just had to tell me it's not Monday. That's just how busy we are. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Listen, make sure you subscribe to our page. We've got tickets that we're giving away for home games. You got to be in it to win it. Make sure you like and share our page. You know anybody that's thinking about real estate? You know somebody. Got 2 guys here who can help you. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.